Are we inspired or not? I can't hear you. We are inspired. And I mean, one thing that keeps coming back every time is collaborations. Now, we've heard today that we can restore Africa, but we cannot just all sit here, stand here, and speak all the big English. I think Mohammed said it earlier at the earlier plenary session. Is he here? Mohammed? No, he's not. Okay. But we can all come and sit here and say everything we're saying. It sounds good, but we need to implement. We need to work on it. We need to work on making sure that it's not just talk, but we get to work because we don't have much time. Now, we've witnessed these past 2 days partnerships being formed, friendships being forged, and people of all ages, all backgrounds from different countries across Africa and around the world coming together and saying, yes, talking, making plans to do something is important, exchanging emails, cards, phone numbers. This is what uniting actions looks like. Please take a look at the screen. It's only fair to say that we have learned so much and we have created bonds that I don't think will be broken anytime soon. And we've learned a lot just by being here. So what I want to do now is I want to ask a few questions out to to everybody in the audience. If you're able to just tell us how you felt about this conference, what you've taken from it, what you've learned, what you're going to do differently when you go back home. If there's any collaborations you would like to, partake in, and just your take on this conference in general. So if you have any contributions, please show by hands, and I'm going to have the ushers come around, or I can come around, and let's get talking. Let's get interactive. Okay, this is the gentleman up here, and okay, I'll come around. Bear with me, I'm in high heels, so might take a little,
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chukwu N. Ifeanyi from Nigeria. In fact, this is my first time of coming to Global Landscape Forum. In fact, I've made several efforts. In fact, the other one that was held last time, I applied, but unfortunately, I couldn't come. Because there is a project we are doing in Ebonyi State, Nigeria, Campus Green Initiative, which we started with a university where I'm working. I'm the coordinator of Campus Green Initiative, which we are trying to harness the glittering talents of students so that they will be part of the planting of the trees. As soon as they graduate, they will be ambassadors and go into the society with that knowledge. Whenever they will come back to the school, they will have their trees standing. And within June till October, we were able to plant 20,000 trees. And the reason why I'm here is to seek for collaboration in terms of knowledge sharing, and also to have the knowledge from this place back to Ebonyi State. In fact, I feel so happy, in fact, so accomplished to have been part of this. In fact, what a Global Landscape Forum is doing to the organizers, you people are wonderful. Keep on doing that. We shall save the earth. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This is a gentleman up here. Is there any more? Okay, I'll take two from here, two from there, and two from there. Sorry.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Samuel Orakatete with Network for Health and Relief Foundation. I'm so very passionate when I see the forest being degraded. The areas that my organization works in Ghana here are the most degradable regions. For instance, the Western region, the Central region, Brong-Ahafo region, then the Upper East and Upper West. And it's about Galamsey, that is illegal mining. And the way it has destroyed the forest, I become so passionate. And coming here and going around, I realized that bamboo is one of the trees or species that can be used to to restore these degraded lands. If you go to a place we call Amansia West, where Aisha One was doing her illegal Galamsey, I'm telling you, you will cry. The land has been so degraded in such a way that there's nothing that can be done. So, what I'm advising is that I think we need to hold the duty bearers accountable so that we put all, technicalities and everything into collectively so that we see how best those lands can be reclaimed by using the bamboo technology. This is my first time of joining this program, and I really enjoyed it. I commend the organizers, and I want you to do more of it. And sometime next year, we may be meeting somewhere. Thank you very much.
All right, so we don't have much time, so I'm just going to take two more, and we're going to wrap up. So I've had two gentlemen. I'll have one lady. Oh, my goodness. Calm down. I'm in high heels. It will take me a little longer to get to you, but I'll get there.
My name is Diana from Kenya. First, this has been a good experience for us as the youth. We did the youth camp, and it gave me an honor to interact with youth from different countries to understand their background in different landscapes. It was a great honor from the GLF. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we all be like Dinah and keep it very brief? One more lady. Come on now. One more lady.
Hi, I'm Abna Wood from Nature and Development Foundation. This is also my first time, and I have learned a lot about rights, especially women's rights to land ownership in Ghana. Continuing from yesterday's conversation till today, I can say that I've formed incoming partnerships with, I had a discussion with Nana Mayura of Kolandef and IUCN Sadia. So going forward, I know there will be more engagements on land tenure reforms in Ghana. Then on the bamboo, I have been tweeting about all that we've been doing, and a friend just replied that she owns a restaurant and she's interested in bamboo plates and cutlery. Is it possible? It's something that we can look into.
Interesting. Okay, so guys, I know that a lot of us, I wish I could go around and talk to everybody, but I unfortunately can't. So what I want you to do is go on Twitter and tell us how the experience has been for you for the past 2 days. And don't forget to use the hashtag GLF Accra 2019. Ooh, let me catch my breath. Okay. But thank you so much for your contributions. And to those of you that I couldn't get to, please go on Twitter and let us hear your feedback, your comments, your suggestions, and what you've taken from this conference. Now, next on the list, I'd like to introduce somebody, a very special person. Her name is, pardon me, Uwase Herwa Honorine, to come up here. Oh no, so Uwase Herwa, sorry, she's the honorine for AFR 100 Youth Ambassador, to share the outcome of the partnership meeting, if she's here.
Hi everyone, good evening. All right, as the GLF closes, I'm here to convey to you the key messages that emerged from the FRA 100 annual partners meeting that we've been in for the first 4 days of discussion from 28 African country representatives, 30 technical partners and financiers. So these messages characterizes FRA 100 contributions and expectations of the UN decades. And the 4 themes emerged from the discussion. The first one has been that the time is really running out. The clock is ticking, and we have only 10 years left to achieve the vision of restoring 100 million hectares to restore 100 million hectares of degraded land by 2030. But while we have really made such great progress, we are not yet restoring on the path to meet this goal. So we must recommit ourselves to act with purpose and urgency. Everything hangs in the balance for the moment being. We do not have a choice other than really acting with purpose and urgency. Another point that raised was that FRA 100 partners will hold one another accountable. The responsibility lies with each of us, the Secretariat, member countries, and the partners, to translate our commitments into actions. And the FRA 100 will adopt monitoring tools to track progress against our goal. We will use this information to hold one another accountable, and we will communicate progress, lessons, and results. And then at this decade to act, young people are a powerful force to change. That's a very well-known fact. They must be at the center of this effort. Our partnership cannot be cosmetic. Young people are leading an ecological revolution, and their participation to the annual partnership meeting added more vibration to the whole initiative. We have reminded ourselves that it is at its best, restoration is fashionable, profitable, accessible, and affordable. And the FRA 100 will make serious investment to meaningfully engage young African leaders, and we must partner, and we are committed to harness the power of young people's aspirations, will, ideas, and energy. The fourth point that raised was that the Afro 100 is Africa-owned and led. This ownership must continue to define the restoration movement. Africa is ready to welcome the UN decades on family farming and ecological restoration. We have been working together for 5 years to lay the groundwork for large-scale forest landscape restoration. Partner countries set the agenda for our work. We are entering a new phase of work now. The work is going to the landscape level, where local nonprofits, civil society organizations, entrepreneurs, and local and rural communities have a vital role to play. Meaningful inclusion and full participation of women, girls, men, and boys is essential to our success. Welcome the new agenda of the Afro 100 initiative. Thank you.
What a time to be alive, eh? Involving youth when it comes to conversations like this, and you know, picking their brains and their minds as to what there is to be done to preserve the environment. Now, in the spirit of young leadership, please welcome Rael Adiambo to the stage. Now, Rael is an environmental scientist from Kenya. She will share with us her experience at the GLF Accra and her visions and her dreams for the way ahead. Please give her a round of applause.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening to me today. My name is Rael Adhiambo, and I come from Kenya. I am a science analyst and a youth. And in the last 4 days, I have undertaken the first ever youth in landscape camp, during which my heart was filled with hope. For those of you who don't know, the Youth in Landscape Initiative is a global network of young people working and studying in landscapes around the world. It is a partnership between the International Forestry Students Association, the Young Professionals for Agricultural Development, and the Global Agroecology Alliance. The initiative's mission is to connect and empower young people to become leaders for sustainable development. Over the last 4 days, I got to know other young, passionate people, and I realized that I am not alone. During the camp, we had the opportunity to join the Development Institute in Tosukpo, sorry for the pronunciation, a small village close to Sogakope, which we engaged in conversations to better understand their work and also to leave our contribution. During the week, I've been inspired by other youths' participation and motivation to leave their impact and to share their knowledge and skills for contributing landscape restoration. On Monday, we had a full day of brainstorming during the Youth Inclusion in Restoration at the first ever hackathon. We ended the experience with 2 days of inspiring plenaries, interactive sessions, and experience sharing here at the Global Landscapes Forum in Accra. The United Nations on March 1st, 2019, declared that 2021 to 2030 will be the decade on ecosystem restoration. After this intense experience, made of communities, young people, dialogues, challenges, and stories, I am even more inspired to keep working on restoring Africa's landscapes. As a final reflection, I would like to share with you what I believe to be the key factors that we should not forget during the upcoming decade on ecosystem restoration. First of all is people. Restoration should start with ensuring that people's needs and rights are met. With an empty stomach, dirty water, unsafe shelters, people won't plant trees, clean oceans, or change their agricultural practices. We should start from communities, from women, and from youth. Second of all is nature. We cannot forget where we come from, and we cannot destroy what made us who we are. We need to conserve biodiversity. We should also acknowledge that we do not hold any rights to nature, and therefore we should commit ourselves to restoring it. Last but not least is young people. We need to leverage African young people's capabilities to restore their landscape. The average age of the African population is 19 years. Yeah. At the same time, the continent has also been blessed with some of the most dynamic and beautiful landscapes in the world. As a consequence, I strongly believe that it will be impossible to achieve the restoration goals and to restore Africa's landscape without properly including young people. We have the knowledge, we have the skills, the passion, the energy. So let's work together towards healthier landscapes. At this juncture, I would like to ask all the youths present in this room to stand up. If you identify as a youth, stand up. So I'm going to ask you a question, and you have to be very truthful. African youth, or rather global youth, are you ready? Yes. Are you ready to restore global landscapes? Yes. Are you ready to give what it takes? Yes. Are you ready to put in the work? Yes. Let's give a big round of applause for all the youths here. Thank you, and midase.
It's fair to say that everyone in here identifies as a youth. We all are. Now, as Rael mentioned, the GLF Hackathon brought together over 50 young innovators from across the continent to develop solutions for youth engagement in restoration. Without much ado, please join me to welcome on stage Richard Eba Ati, the senior scientist at CIFOR, and the winning team, the Fantastic Four. Please give them a round of applause as they come up here. The Fantastic Four and Richard Eba Ati. The winners will receive $500 for their environmental profits of choice in Africa. Please give them a round of applause as they come up stage. Thank you. Please give them a round of applause. And just to reiterate, they will receive $500 to their environmental profits of choice in Africa. Finally, please welcome to the stage Selina Abraham from the Global Landscapes Forum Secretariat to provide the closing remarks. Selina.
All right, everyone. It's always a personal pleasure when the GLF comes home to Africa. And I'm happy to share that I think from our experience, this event has hosted some of the most incredible speakers that we've ever had at the GLF. We've had young people, practitioners, activists, our cultural keepers, and their message was loud and clear. The best ideas are no longer coming out of Silicon Valley, they're happening here on the ground, to quote the GLF Managing Director, John Colmy. The best ideas are coming out of this beautiful and thriving continent. They are in our diversity, they're in our culture, our women, our men, and our kids. It is my honor to thank the close partners and sponsors that have made this event possible, the government of Germany, particularly the Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, BMZ, a key support to AFR 100 and a close partner of the GLF, as well as the German Ministry of Environment, BMU. Can we please give them a round of applause for their support? We would also like to thank our gracious host country partner, the government of the Republic of Ghana. Please give a round of applause. And to share some quick highlights, we like to say that the GLF is more than an event. As you heard from some speakers today, it wasn't just about these 2 days. The Youth and Landscapes Camp, it was the first ever, took 30 young people. We went to the coast, hours and hours away from Accra, to learn from local communities, to understand how we can better see what the challenges are in Africa and contribute to the solutions. In addition, we hosted our first ever hackathon, where design thinking and youth innovation and creativity came together to develop solutions for restoration. And we'd like to thank Omidyar for their support and sponsorship to this incredible event, which gives us hope for the future and hope in the young people of the continent. Please give them a round of applause for their support. In addition, just last night, we had a concert. If you heard it, the music was blaring. We had incredible local artists who played, and it was featuring Rocky Dawuni, and he gave us the energy, the excitement, the enthusiasm, and the healing that we need to continue pressing our fight forward. So Rocky, thank you so much for joining us again at the Global Landscapes Forum. And just in this room, we had over 500 people, and we were not alone. We were joined by 5,000 individuals from 99 different countries in the digital edition. What we can accomplish in person and digitally is truly incredible. Thank you so much for those who are joining online at weird hours of the night. Thank you for joining us. And I have some great news. Together, we reached over 17 million people on social media. Yes, this is incredible. Thanks to you, the hashtag GLF Accra 2019 has been trending here in Accra. And these are not just numbers. This means people all over the continent and all over the world have been hearing us. They've been hearing our stories, our projects, our ideas, our solutions, and this is a true testament to the power of community and what we can do together. And in addition, I would like to thank all of the unsung heroes who have been making this work in the background. Thank you so much to our volunteers. And yep, let's give them a round of applause. And then I want to thank our lovely Global Landscapes Forum team who have been running 5+ events this year to make sure that networks are continuing around the world. Please, can I see you all stand? We're small but mighty. And in addition, I think we have to thank our incredible moderator, our MC, someone who has been a friend to the GLF and who has welcomed us home to her city in Accra, Jocelyn Dumas. Thank you so much, please. And to close, I would like to recall on the wisdom of our cultural leaders who brought a breath of fresh air into the GLF. As the Nabagareka, the queen of the kingdom of Buganda, stated, restoration is a revival of civility and the core values of respect, dignity, responsibility, and integrity. In essence, we must not abandon our culture and our traditions as we start to build solutions for our future. Thank you so much for being a part of this GLF, for shaping the solutions of the future. I have so much hope in what's going to happen in this continent and what we'll do together. And it is now my honor to welcome to the stage the artist who you heard before, Shade, to close out this incredible conference.